Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. Today, guys, is an introduction on what I've got planned going forward with a project that I've been sitting on for a few weeks now. Wasn't sure what to do with it, wasn't sure, what to actually... I was just trying to come up with some ideas of what I could use it for. And what it'll be good for the channel, a nice little series for the channel for you guys to watch and follow. So yeah, a little bit of waffling today, but it is, like I said, an introduction about what's going to happen basically over the whole of this year. I'm going to stretch it right out, and it's going to be from now, this video, until the end of the year. I think it'll be some interesting content to look at. So basically, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what happened. So someone contacted me and said, look, Mark, there's a car that this owner does not want. Just wants it off the drive. Just wants it gone. Don't want nothing for it. Just wants it gone. And at first, I thought... it's going to be really old. It's not going to be worth nothing. It's going to be, don't get me wrong, all cars are worth value because of scrap. So you could scrap them for a certain amount of money. But I just thought, I've got a lot going on. Do I really want to get into that? Do I really want to add more problems or more sort of work for myself? And in the end, I thought, you know what? Let's just go over there. Let's have a look at it. Let's just see what it's all about. It's not too far from my house. So, yeah, I popped round there, had a look at it, and then, again, sat in it for a couple of weeks and thought, what can I do with it? So, so I managed to... I went and picked it up anyway. I brought it back here, and it's been sitting outside the lockup for a few weeks now. Again, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Like I said, it's scrap money. I could have scrapped it there and then. Got a couple of £100 for it. Job done. But I thought... what could I actually do with it? So I've come up with an idea, guys. So, as you just heard, it's a free car. Didn't cost me nothing, completely free. So, the idea I've got is to use this car as a like a platform, like a beginning of a series. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix it up, the car, get it MOT'd, and then whatever we sell the car for, that amount we sell it for, I can only spend on another car. And I'm going to do it again and again and again. But I can only spend the money that I made on the car to buy another car. And I'm going to see what I can end up with by the end of the year just with a free car. I think it'll be a good content, good idea, good way of of people getting interested in it, and this series as well. I'm going to do. I'm going to be completely honest with all the figures, so you'll know exactly what on the not this one, but the next one, what I paid for it, all the parts that I'm putting into it, what I sell them for, everything. I'm going to get a big whiteboard, stick it on a wall somewhere. I'll be here somewhere, stick it on the wall, big whiteboard, and it's going to be like. Car 1, episode 1, car 1, episode 2, until we get to the end. And it's going to be on a big whiteboard, and all the figures will be on there. I'm going to be completely honest, completely upfront with it all, guys. I just think it'll be a good idea just to see what I can end up with by the end of the year. I think it'll be... I've seen loads of YouTubers, loads of car shows. They're all trying to do it. Some are successful, some not as successful, because it's very hard to... Especially a free car. Look, I'll bring it in a minute, and we'll go walk around the car, and I'll show you it, and let's assess what's got to be done, and what it's worth as well. But yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know, guys, in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of that idea. In the beginning, it's going to be very, very slow because we're talking like very minimal amount of money here. And to buy another car, and it's going to be salvage. I'm not going to go to marketplace, anything like that. It's got to be salvage because that's what I do. Resurrect, bring cars back to life. So yeah, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. So let's bring it in. We'll have a walk around it. I'll show you the free car that we've got to begin with, and let's see what we're working with. And let's just keep. Yeah, but I want to put some, not clauses, but I want to put some rules in that, I don't want to make it too easy and I don't want to make it too hard. So there's got to be some, some rules in there. I can't, have two of the same make and model of car. Something like there's got to be some rules in there. But let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas, or if you've got any ideas of what to call this series as well, because I'm struggling to find out what to call it. Like, obviously free car flip, but it's just, I don't know. Free car flip challenge or a year flip challenge. I don't know, something like that. But let's bring the car in anyway, guys, and I'll show you what we're dealing with. Let's do this. Right, guys, the car is inside, and as you can hear, it's raining. So I hope you can hear me okay. So, guys, let's get into the free car that I got, and it's the start of the series. So let's do this. A Ford Ka. So, there you go. 2002. And it ain't that bad. It just needs a good tidy up and a good sort out for the MOT. And, inside needs a good sort out, and just needs a good tidy and a good look around. But, I think it's a good platform. It's the first car for the series. It's the free one. Let's see, what I can do. It's going to need some work, guys. I've got to spend a little bit of money, but that money is going to be added to the total. Do you know what I mean? So, and come off, whatever I spend on it, it's got to come off the total, the amount that I've sold it for. And then whatever's left over from that is the figure that I use going forward in the next car. So, yeah, there we go. Hopefully, it shouldn't cost too much money to get this back on the road. Roadworthy, 100%, MOT'd. I don't want no advisories. I want it straight through. I want it, I want it up, really, really up to scratch. So let's have a look at the inside. Just a normal basic Ka that's filthy, But again, I'll just tidy up all these seats. I'll clean them all up with a machine, tidy it all up, give it a good valet, sort out. Obviously, tidying it all up. It's got if you have a look, it's got a nice Kenwood stereo system there. I think it's Bluetooth as well. It's got a little microphone up here. So yeah, you can connect your phone to it. So yeah, that's probably probably worth a few quid, just that stereo. Who knows? But it's bearing in mind, you've always got to remember this absolutely free. Nothing cost me this, apart from a little bit of time picking it up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit. Actually, let me get a torch. So there we go. It's a little bit grimy, a little bit horrible, a little bit. I don't know if that's mouldy. Probably a little bit of mould there as well. It's been sitting around for a little while, guys, on the person's driveway. And it just needs a good tidy up and a good sort out, a good clean. So yeah, there we go. But what do you think so far? Drop me a comment, guys. So far, what do you think? I'm not expecting to get a lot of money for this car. I really ain't. Like I said to you, scrap value, probably £200, £300 scrap value, probably. So if I get a little bit over that, then happy days. But the trouble is with that is that it's quite a low amount to try and find another car to move on to the next one. That's why it's gonna go really slowly this series. But I just want to see. Like I said, and I keep saying, what I end up at the end of the year, starting with this free car. So yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what I can move up to. Yeah, and obviously, like I said to you, I'm going to do all the figures. You're going to know everything about every single car. I'll write it all down so you can see it on the board or whatever. And yeah, I think it'd be nice to follow what is going to happen and what I can end up with. So yeah, let's have a look at the paperwork. Obviously, I've got a logbook, 2 keys. MOT this is the last MOT. We've got a few advisories here. This one was, I think, is the one that kind of put the owner off, really, what it says rust. Near side, offside seals, surface corroded with rust. And obviously a suspension arm bush worn. Okay, I'd look at that. And a tyre. Now, I've already checked the tyres out on this one, and it looks like this is the one that was on the MOT, just you saw, and it's brand new. So someone has changed the tyre, give it a brand new one. But it's the rust issue that we have to deal with the most, I think, on this car. That's what's going to cause us the most amount of work. Let me see if I can show you on this side, first of all. Okay, so it's all right underneath there, all right until you get to there. So this is what they've picked up on the MOT. You see it's starting to go there a little bit as well. It's not gone right through, still quite solid there. It looks like just surface rust. That's why it's on an advisory, and it's not a failure. So we've got to attack these kind of sealed bits here, and yeah, we have to grind this all back and do a little bit of filling, and then I'm going to paint it with some protection paint, which I've already got. I'll show you that in a second. I'll tell you what I paid for that as well. That's got to go on the list of stuff that I've already bought. Let's go and have a look at the other side. Show you the other side. So straight away there's a bit there, and again, it's solid. The whole thing's solid there. It's just the outside skin that looks like it's gone. And then we've got a little bit going across there. A little bit here. Again, it's just surface rust. It's solid. None at the back. This bit here. That bit's all rusted there, look. So we're going to have to take all that back and treat it as well. I want to treat the rust, and I'm going to overspray it with some some protection paint to seal it up. At first I thought it was going to be maybe some welding need doing, but I don't think it's gone that far, to be honest with you, when it comes to the welding. This is the worst part here, and that just needs sort of grinding back all the way around, and just to see how far it does go back. And then what I'll probably do is both sides, grind it back, take it right back, and then treat all the rust areas with some paint. I've got it up there, I'll show you that in a second. And then I'm going to tape along here, right underneath there, tape it right along, maybe like that point there, then yeah. So tape it right up there, all the way along, and then I'm going to paint the whole seal, both sides, in a protection stuff, which is this stuff here I've got. First I'm going to use this, and this is it kills rust and prevents new rust from forming. So that's Hammerite rust proofing for cars. And then I'm going to hit it with this as well, which is an underbody seal. Because obviously I don't want to. There's not enough money in this car to be spending a load of money, because it's just not in it. And that's probably why the owner didn't want to deal with it, because it's there's a lot of work. Plus, I don't know what the brakes are like. I don't know what the pads and discs are like. They may have to need changing because of the MOT and being it's safe on the road. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. I'll show you the engine. I'm going to probably attack these glass as well, these mirrors. Do you know, like where I'll get the cutting compound, rub it all back, cutting compound, then polish, and then overspray with some protection headlight spray. I'm going to do that just to sort of clean it up a bit better. Because if they get really bad, that is an MOT failure actually, but I don't think they're that bad. But I will do it anyway. We'll sort out these bumpers as well. We'll get some back to black or something, some sort of paint, and spray over these bumpers to make them look a little bit better than what they are at the minute. Show you the engine. If I can do it with one hand, can I? Yeah. Okay, that's where we are with the engine. Will this stay up? Hopefully, yeah, stay up like that. Yeah, so that's where we are with the engine, guys. Again, I really want to do a little bit of a service on this, air filter, oil change, and stuff like that. Really, it'd be nice just to give it a oil change and stuff like that. It's even got the. Do you remember the old like throttle where you can do it here? Old school, that is proper old school. Little 1.3 petrol engine, but believe it or not, like it starts really, really well. Let's get the key and I'll show you. Low mileage as well, guys. This one's done a low mileage on the engine. Show you what it is. So it starts really well, to be honest with you. So that's the mileage there. You can just see it, 42,491 miles. So, and it's running really well. Good clean. Just wants a good clean up and a good sort out. And like I said, air filter, oil change, probably an oil filter as well. So all those kind of things are going to add up to the cost of the build. And it's just going to go real cheap, this car. But for 42,000 miles and it was for free. You can't really go wrong. And that's why I was unsure of what I wanted to do with it. Just get rid of it as it was, or just, do I spend the money sort of into the car? So yeah, that's why I thought, you know what, let's do a little bit of a challenge. Let's see what I can end up with. At the end of the year, what can I end up with after having this free car and fixed up? So, just wants a good tidy up, good clean up. Got some tools in there. I think I've got to put a jack somewhere. But yeah, there we go. Right, I think what we'll do now is I'll get it up on the ramp. Let's have a look underneath, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see what the underneath is like. We'll whip off the wheels as well. We'll have a look at the brakes, the pads, the discs, and then just see. Yeah, just so I've got a better understanding, a better idea of what this is actually going to cost me. I'll write it all down, get the figures of what it's going to be, and we'll go from there. So let me get on the ramp, and I'll come back to you in a second. Right, guys. So, yeah, I've got her up in the air. Let's have a good look at it. I've just been having a look at it, as you just saw, just checking it out, making sure. Discs are really okay, you know. They've got a very slight lip, very, very slight, but nothing at all on them. Got some nice thick brake pads as well in there. So we haven't got to bother changing the discs and the pads. I will have a look at them, making sure that they work and stop okay. Tie them up a little bit, check the brake fluid, make sure that we've got brake fluid in there as well, that's coming through and stopping okay. I've checked all the actual connections, drop links, track rod ends, the lower ones as well, and they all seem okay. On the advisories, there was one that was on this side, I believe, and I can't really tell, but I have to get a bar in there, maybe wiggle it around a little bit to see how much play there is, but everything else seems okay. Again, this side discs and pads are really good, so yeah, no need to change those, just clean them up. What else? Right, okay, I have found something that's a little bit alarming, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it in a minute, whether or not I can just tighten it up or have a look at it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on these both these sides, there's like big play. You see that? That's a lot of play. So I don't know if this can be done up tighter. I'll have a look at that. Hopefully, this is just a case of putting a jack underneath that, lifting it right up to that point, and then doing that bolt up. I'll have to hold that middle whilst doing that up, but I think that may be the case. So fingers crossed, guys. That is going to be that's going to solve that. But the weird thing about it is both sides are doing it and exactly the same amount. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. It's really strange. I've not done a KA this age before, so I don't really know. I have to do a little bit more digging. But if anyone knows, again, drop me a comment. Let me know, because obviously I'll be tackling this in the next video. This was just a quick walk around, show you the car, assess it, have a look at it. We've already found that problem. If anyone knows about that, drop me a comment, guys. And then obviously we can work on it further later on. Let's have a look at the back, so make sure the exhaust and that is okay. I need to take these wheels off. I didn't take these ones off, but I think they're just drums, aren't they? Yeah, just drums in there. So we'll test that out, make sure the handbrake's working okay on that. Got a spare wheel, bit bald, I'll be honest with you. But that was up. I don't know if that might have been changed actually. From the front one, maybe. If that's the case, I don't know if that's an MOT failure. Anyway. Yeah, looking at this back box exhaust system, it looks pretty new, I'll be honest with you. There's no way that's original. The actual, that looks like it's been changed at some point. Don't know, it does actually, it could be, you know, look, it's got full there. Wow. Okay, well could be the original one then. This is leaking. That's leaking. Definitely leaking. Rear shock. Oh God, so they might need, especially this one. Look at that one. Look, that's terrible. So that might need sorting out. I think it will. God, it stinks as well. So it's definitely leaking. See what I'm saying now? So all of a sudden it's starting to get into some, you know, some silly money that it needs to be put back on the road and put right. But you know, it needs if it needs it, it needs it. And you know, I've kind of committed now. Well, not really, because it's a free car. I can sort of, you know, go and get scrap money for this car and still make 300 quid, and that's 300 quid towards the next car. So yeah, I'll have to have a look at it. I'm going to write all the figures down. That's the best thing I could do, really, is write all the figures down and then work out roughly what I can get for it, like, you know, and then we'll work from there and then just see if it's worth it or not. Like time-wise, I'm not going to really put into it. I'm not going to put that down because I'll be it won't be just a solid sort of a few days on it. It'll just be, I'll be jumping backs and forwards. It'll just be sort of doing a bit here and there when I've got a bit of spare time. So that kind of it, I won't really sort of include, but it's mainly the parts really that that I have to pay for, that will need to be looked at. So yeah, there we go. Right, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Drop me a comment if you've got anything to say about this new little sideline project, little series. Not quite sure what to call it. Don't forget to let me know what you think, what I should call it. You know, free car flip. You know, yeah, so any ideas, guys? But I just thought it would be a nice content to follow, just to see what I can end up with at the end of the year with just this free car, and, you know, putting a little bit of money into it. So there we go. That is going to be the end of today's video, guys. It is Friday, so have a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you're doing. And I'll see you on Monday. And yeah, see you soon.